I always just thought it was luck, you know? In my mind, it was like, oh, they were lucky to have gotten out before the Holocaust. That was it.
Yeah.
But now I think it's more, they were smart.
Actor David Duchovny came to me hoping to learn about his paternal grandfather, Moshe Duchovny, who died when David was an infant. David knew that Moshe spent most of his life in New York City, but beyond that, he was largely a mystery. We set out to unravel that mystery, starting with the petition for American citizenship filed in 1940 by Moshe himself.
Morris Duchovny, occupation journalist. I was born in Berdichev, Russia, on June 10th, 1901. I don't know what that affects me. You've come a long way. It just makes me so sad that I didn't get to meet him, really. I know that my dad loved him. My dad used to tell me he had this lingering guilt because like the day or a few days before my grandfather died, he had called my father, and my father was busy. You know, at home, he had this baby, me, and he had my brother who was 4. And he said, I can't talk to him.
Right.
And he hung up, and that was the last time.
Oh, well, that's hard.
And I kind of feel that way. It's like, oh, you know, I missed it. You know, we missed one another on this plane of existence, right?
Yeah.
But here he is coming back.
According to this petition, Moshe was born in a region of the Russian Empire known as the Pale of Settlement, a place where Russia confined and oppressed its Jewish population. Within the Pale, Jewish people suffered an array of humiliating restrictions and were vulnerable to violence at any time. Unsurprisingly, when they were finally permitted to leave, huge numbers did so. Between 1897 and 1915, more than 1 million Russian Jews emigrated out of the Pale, most to the United States. But the Duchovnys chose a different destination, the Middle East.
List of people who traveled from Jaffa to Port Said on December 17, 1914. Abraham Duchovny, 40, origin Berdichev, occupation innkeeper. Innkeeper?
Innkeeper.
Doba, his wife, 40, origin Berdichev. Their children, Leah, 17, origin Berdichev. Moshe, 14, origin Berdichev.
Any idea what's going on there?
No.
Your great-grandparents, Abraham and Doba, and their 6 children, including your grandfather, Moshe, made their way from Russia to Jaffa, where they ran an inn.
That is nuts.
And from there, they moved to Port Said. And you know where Port Said is?
No idea. Where is it?
It's in Egypt.
Wow. So they had these little kids from Russia in Egypt now. Wow.
No family lore about any of this.
No. Nothing. Nothing.
Although the details have been forgotten, the Duchovnys had embarked on a truly perilous journey. Sometime around 1910, they traveled from Russia to the city of Jaffa, which is now in Israel, but then was in Palestine, part of the Ottoman Empire. Unfortunately, their stay in the city was brief.
Turks slay and rob Jews at Jaffa. Many acts of barbarism accompany their expulsion. Children carried off, men thrown overboard, several who resented brutality to their wives murdered. Are you saying that my family was involved in that, or is that just something that happened?
Your ancestors were among 6,000 Jewish residents of Jaffa who were deported to Egypt in December of 1914.
And treated like this?
Yeah.
Newspaper articles from the time indicate that many of Jaffa's Jews were robbed of all their possessions, meaning that David's ancestors would have arrived in Egypt with nothing. Even so, they somehow managed to pick up the pieces and move forward, giving a surprising end to this story. Less than 2 years later, Moshe and his father Abraham traveled to Greece, where they boarded a ship bound for the United States.
David, you are looking at the very moment your great-grandfather Abraham and your grandfather Moshe arrived in America.
I can't imagine their state of mind. You're always thinking of like the hope of the new world, right? And they must have had some hope, but the fear and just the dislocation, like they've been moving quite a bit for a couple of years, and it's not going well. And they're going all over the world. They're looking for a home.
Yeah, and this wasn't even their preferred destination. They just wanted to be in Palestine and run their inn.
Yeah.
Wow. What's it like to see that?
I'm proud. They ran and they ran and they got somewhere. They didn't give up.
Discovering the stories of our ancestors is a transformative experience, changing the way we see ourselves, our families, and our shared history. To see more incredible stories, click below. And thank you for watching.